Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Chai in the Bay, where we unpack modern life for you.
I'm Manisha, here with my long-term besties and co-hosts Deepa and Shipra.
So settle in for a cozy conversation while the chai warms your hands and heart. So today we're going to talk about something that touches every one of us, but we don't always talk about it. Mental health. Mental health is not about, just falling apart, but rather it's about everyday practices that keeps us steady. We want to approach this conversation in two parts. One is the small habits that we do every day that support our mental wellness. Other part is the deepest part we quietly carry sometimes. It could be anxiety, depression, grief that life brings on us. So mental health is not about fixing problems when they show up, but it is about learning how to care about our mind just as we do our physical health. Yeah. So with that in mind, I would like to go around and understand what are some of your daily habits that you maintain to keep your wellness, mental wellness, both of you.
But before we do that, we'd like to invite our listeners, if you haven't yet subscribed or liked our channel, please do and support us. Thank you.
So why don't you start?
All right. So I think I don't have a very conscious thing that I do for my mental well-being. It's more, eating foods for brain health. Mm-hmm. Nutrition is something that I care about and I'm conscious of. It is being more aware of what my triggers and stressors are, which put me in a strange spot, emotionally. And ultimately, I want to have tools in my bag that I can pull out. So I'm constantly learning and reading about, when I'm feeling like this, what can I do to get out of that situation. So I think it's more those things, more the awareness and nutrition part of it than any daily practices that I follow.
One follow-up for you. So are there things you do for, recharge or coping up with something?
So, yeah, I don't think it's on a daily basis, right? But certainly, taking just some time when I'm feeling stressed and taking that time away to self-care, whether that's meeting friends and going out and having a good time, or it is just hiding in my room with Netflix and some very unhealthy, greasy food, whatever that may be. But yeah, like self-care is what I will prioritize and figure out what I need in that moment.
Makes sense. How about you?
So I don't think I actually do anything proactively per se. I think I only do things reactively once I realize that maybe I'm in a stress situation or I'm feeling stress or I'm feeling anxiety. So it's always more about retrospection when, I'm acting a certain way and I tell myself, wait, is that something going on at the mental level? Like, why am I responding the way I'm responding? Why am I reacting the way I'm reacting? Maybe, this is symptomatic of something else that is going on in the back of my mind. And that's how then I realized that, maybe there is something going on and I should do something about it. Mm-hmm. So that is one thing. So then I, as I found some time to pause about it, I realized that, yes, I'm trying to juggle too many things and then maybe I need to do things different. And that's where, just allowing myself to recharge, giving myself a little bit of pause to indulge in bad TV like Netflix. For me, I think the weather also impacts my mood quite a lot. Yeah, so getting out in the sun, hanging out with friends, having a laughter.
How about you, Deepa? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, before I move on, I noticed something with both of you that I'm going to call out here, which is you didn't mention some of the things that you do, which I know being your friend that you do regularly. but you didn't call out that that's something you do as a mental wellness thing, right?
really?
But it does support mental wellness. So that is the thing I'm thinking. Like maybe people are doing it, but they don't name it that way, or they don't think it that way. So,
Yeah,
for
there's a
example, the
connection.
thing that you do is that your Friday Bollywood dance workout.
Oh yeah.
That is awesome therapy, mentally it'll free you.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't think of it that way. Your focus was fitness or whatever, right? But that is
True.
another thing you have told me, Manisha, is that every Friday you have this ritual, like you sit down with your husband with a drink and
that's
whatnot.
true. That's
your
The
slowing
reset.
down,
The
pausing,
reset, yeah.
right?
It's the
Pause
reset,
and
yeah.
reset.
It's the transition of, work is done and now we're moving into this, taking a break, resetting, relaxing, and then getting into the craziness of the weekend. Yes, that's true.
So that is what I have realized in my journey, is that I was like you, Shipra, where I don't think I ever paid attention to my, mental wellness or anything. Like it was like go all the time, right? And then I would also get to a spot where maybe it was too much. I didn't pause, or I took on too much, and I still completed it. But then I would reach a state of this irritation or frustration or whatnot, and then you then address it by binge watching or slowing down. I've taken a day off work sometimes, like okay, that's it. I need a day now. But then I realized that's not good. Right. So then I asked myself, okay, I'm talking about fitness, nutrition, these things are my regular habits. How come I'm not doing anything about it? Right. So, and you are right, Manisha, awareness is needed. Like, for example, what am I feeling in this moment? Or what are like some things that trigger me into this, frustration or whatever that unwanted overwhelming feeling? In order to get that awareness, then I started this meditation habit, right? Meditation is basically you sit in silence and you watch your thoughts and allow you whatever feeling you're and note that this is what you're feeling, right? Many times we don't even take a time to pause what we are feeling. We
I
can't even
usually
say it.
meditate in my sleep.
That is not how it works. But anyway, so that is one thing I do. Another thing I do is breath work. Like, so now I have started that breathing, sitting down and breathing for 10 minutes, or that really helps you, calms down your nerves,
For sure.
and you can process things better. I don't think this is also a long-term practice. It's not like you can get better immediately. You need to be consistent and do it. And I have noticed that it does help me in control how I reacted to certain emotional moments better than other times around.
So you find difference in the way you would have handled certain situations previously versus now by virtue of incorporating this practice into your daily habit. You think you are a different.
And I'm also journaling. I mean, this is something I need to get more consistent
Heard
at.
about it. Writing and sharing helps.
I mean, not with others, but even like you try it. Only when you try it, you will know. A lot of people said that in the past. I've been skeptical about it. Like, how if I'm feeling this, if I'm going to write it on a paper or something, how is it going to make any difference, right? But now I truly realize the benefit of it, because it feels like it's equivalent to sharing it with somebody. Certain things you don't want to share it with somebody, right? It's more sensitive, whatever.
So writing it down.
Really, what I've learned from my own personal experience is that our body registers the stress or those unwanted moments. Even if you logically or mindfully push it out, or you don't pay attention, then it shows up, right? I have had this anxiety. It'll show up as shortness of breath. So I didn't know for a long time why, and I went to pulmonologist to check it. Do I have breathing problem, lung issues, things like? Everybody said it's fine. Oh, it just must be the stress. And I'm like, I'm not stressed right now. I'm not thinking about anything. But then I have shortness of breath. Then, talking to experts, I realized that I may not be mentally paying attention, but my body knows that the same situation is happening.
So at a more deeper level, there was a connection between your mental
Which is actually, that's what they say. Your body signals your stressors way before you register it. So if you're feeling things or doing things that's happening, like it's, like for me, if I'm very stressed, I'll get a migraine, right? Or, there's, different people have different things. Like
long showers always work for me.
Is that your
long showers and crying out in showers, so guys, like
letting your feeling out,
your feeling out, just sit in the shower and cry your heart out.
Yeah,
That works.
But to close out the habit, one more fun thing that I do with my husband, and that is started last week, last year, is weekly karaoke session.
Oh,
That is my mental wellness support as well.
okay, personal question. What if the cause of your stress is your husband? Would you still do that karaoke session? Or is the karaoke session
Then it will be angry song. Then it will be angry song.
Okay,
Then you still have to let out the steam.
Yeah, that is a good one.
All right. So now that we established, the mental wellness part, what we do, the daily habits, let's go to the deeper stuff. Like, have you ever been in a situation where, this thing came up, mentally or health wise or whatnot? And I don't know if you have any situations like that experience you want to share about.
I mean, so many times, right? Like, again, not things that I have had any control over. Both my pregnancies, I had postpartum depression. Thank you. I'm like losing my words. But postpartum depression, both times of my pregnancy. First time I was completely unaware, and second time I was more aware, so I was able to manage it better. But I think the perimenopause time, like that, probably was the hardest for me, because I wasn't diagnosed with depression, but I think I had every sort of symptom of it, but it turned out to be more related to perimenopause. So solved that, and everything else got solved.
But in those situations that you shared in the past or whatnot, what kind of things that helped you? Did you reach out to professional help, or how did you manage?
I think it's no, I didn't reach out to like a psychologist. I've been very lucky to have people around me who can tell me and know me better than I know myself, right? So they were able to help me, one, recognize that something is off, right? And two, catch these signals, and in a, which in that state, you don't want to hear it, right? You're like the least receptive in when you're in that down moment, right? But because it was coming from the people I trust, and people I know have my best interest at mind, even though in that moment, and they had the faith that, even if I'm screaming at them or like, fighting with them about, oh my God, you're crazy, what are you saying? They knew, that it's okay to call it out and tell me. Close enough to tell me, hey, something is off. Knowing that I will react in the way that I will react, right? Yeah. I think that support system was very critical for me. But otherwise, like I said, it's the tools that I have now built over time, which does include, breath work, right? The 4-7-8 breath work. You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and then breathe out for 8 seconds. Like that works for sure. Do it for 4-5 times. It helps calm you down. Hold something cold. Like whenever you're like in the situation, you can feel it coming on, but it starts from awareness. Hold something cold or splash cold water on your face. It helps like manage in that situation. You can like, deal with it then after. Things like, touch 5 things of different textures, right? Or hold somebody's hand, like, just physically engage your senses. And that, these are just, a couple of things that I have now learned that help me in those situations and help me move past whatever.
That's good. How about you, Chitra?
So it seems to me like some of the in your case, it's triggered by some medical conditions, so to say, right? Like your pregnancy or perimenopause. I feel like in my case, it's mostly triggered by events that are outside my control, but kind of not going the way I expect them to go, right? Like a meeting at work or something that's happening at work that is not going the way on the career front, on the home front, on kids front. So it's generally my trigger is always external. It's not an internal trigger. And that's what causes the stress, the anxiety. And I also feel like I don't think I ever get into the territory of depression per se, but just like feeling low for again, not lasting like many days, but just lasting few days, something like that. At least, as I'm,
You don't feel like yourself.
yeah, I don't feel
Right?
like myself. But again, I don't think that I ever characterize that to be depression.
Yeah.
More characterization of just stress and anxiety and just feeling like, just not being in control of the situation and things just not going in your life the way you want them to go. So a lot of it about just like having inner monologue with yourself, when you get to that point. I think I probably go through stages. So I go through the stages of, I don't even want to think about it, I don't want to deal without it, I just want to like put it out of my head right now. So that is the phase in which I'm watching bad TV, I'm taking long showers, I'm crying out on couch, just not thinking about it, but letting me physically kind of vent out my feelings,
release,
so to say, have a physical release of a sort. And then, so after that has happened, then the inner monologue or dealing with it at a mental level starts, a treatment at that level. So that's where, again, maybe one other thing that I also do is physical release is cleaning and organization.
Oh, you are that person.
I am that person. Just that is, if you see me just cleaning my house crazily, you should maybe stay away from me. There is a psychological reason for it, because you are feeling the way you're feeling because things did not go the way you wanted them to go. So you lost your sense of control, and that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And cleaning and organization gives you that sense of control back.
Yes.
You
100%.
feel like you did something and you could impact the outcome of that thing to your liking, and that gives you your balance back.
For sure.
Yeah.
What
So
about you,
things
Deepa?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for longest time, I didn't have any issues per se. But I think last year, as you both know, my mom passed away, and I really struggled with grief. And the problem with grief is I didn't even know that it was grief. I mean, I know I'm crying about my mom, but the thing is, it will hit you when you least expect it. Or, when I'm driving, suddenly I will think about something about my mom and I'll just break down crying. And, my daughter will be like, "Mom, what happened?" I'm thinking about my mom. But it got to a point where when I wake up, I wouldn't know how this day is going to be. So I would literally be in tears for no reason. I can't even put my finger on it. Yeah, I was. So sometimes when you both have invited me for social events or somebody invites me, I'll be like, would that day be a normal day? Would I be able to attend without losing? I would. It was hard to be there. And that one definitely required taking some professional help, talking to therapist. Because it's not an easy situation where my immediate support system couldn't give me the right words. Nothing could console, right? Like, oh, your mom lived 90-year-old, but that doesn't make it enough, right? Or anything people could think of. So, and we are not trained to handle these kind of communications, right? So, I wouldn't know what to say to anyone.
I think it's challenging for people around us as well, because they don't know how to act and react, and how to they want to help, but they don't know how to
help. Exactly.
What should they say or not say?
Everybody may need a different thing, right? Like some people want to talk about it and get it out. Other people want to completely shut down and not approach the topic. And for people around who are trying to figure it out, we don't know. So,
and sometimes people may try to do, but they may say or do things that would hurt more than help.
Sure,
right?
yeah, that's
so in that case, I took some therapy. I mean, I was one of those persons who is very skeptical about therapy. Who was like, "Oh, me talking to a stranger, explaining my situation, how is it going to help?" Right? That was the mindset I was in. But I really found that it really helped. Absolutely. It does involve like reliving that stressful situation again and again when I'm talking about it. And but I did, after this 1 year, I did get to a place where now I can even look at my mom's photo, right? That definitely that was and life doesn't sometimes just bring you one thing at a time. It's I had a medical procedure done last year, so as a result of that, I had anxiety about it. So sometimes when I had both grief and anxiety, I wouldn't even know what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So one of the things people would say is name your feeling, and so that is when I slow down and meditation and self-aware and try to understand what am I feeling now. Am I anxiety? Is it anxious about something, or am I just grief? What is making me? Sometimes both will hit you, but then you just need to, handle it. And anxiety is something we did talk about in perimenopause. It just, most of the people have. Some of them don't even realize that's what it is.
Yeah.
But what I do for anxiety is. Action. Like if I'm anxious about something, having a clear plan and action to working towards that helps me. That is also a sort of distraction. Instead of you thinking about it, you're doing something about it.
Yeah.
But still it is helpful. Another thing I found is when I'm too anxious, then I will pause. I take a break instead of pushing myself. I need to do this. I don't. That's why I don't.
You just
do
stop.
like,
You just put yourself in a pause.
Yeah, those are the couple things. I mean, it surprised me.
Yeah.
I consider myself to be a strong person and non-stop and like energized battery running all around, right? And for me, suddenly when things hit, I didn't even know what I was feeling. It took a moment to really understand and use the right kind of help. I wouldn't say it's all done and it's in the past, but I think I'm in a better place, and I'm continuously.
I feel like
working.
this is the hardest part, like the diagnosis or coming to the realization that there is something going on and acknowledging it to your own self.
Yeah,
because
I think that is where it surprised me. Like culturally, we don't even talk about these things, right? I have not remembered a time where my elders or my parents ever discussed.
No.
It's like you have a problem, brush it under the rug.
Exactly.
And you're conditioned to always stay strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you
pick yourself up and get going.
Yeah.
There are these things that needed.
But it's that hard balance, right? Like you want to be resilient,
That is true.
right? And you want to build that emotional strength. But I think we take it to the extreme where when you need help, you keep telling yourself, "Oh,
Everything is
this is like a
alright.
stigma,
Yeah, it's not
or this is me showing weakness." If
Yes,
I
that is
talk
true.
No,
about
but I'm
it,
telling
or
you,
if I
the reason you
acknowledge it.
reach that extreme is that we think resilience is just staying strong and not processing. That is wrong. You can cry.
Yeah.
And still be resilient. But the thing is, you're processing your feeling. You are letting you're releasing your emotions, either by crying, either by doing something else, and you are still strong because you're not just letting your life go or staying, depressed or not do anything.
Yeah.
So that is the nuance, like many people miss because they think that you just why are you thinking about it? Just keep going. That's suppression, and suppression leads to these kinds of extreme, and you don't know when these emotions or moments would show up, and you will lose it. Right. So that is a hard learning. And for anybody listening, we use many terms like anxiety and depression, right? The difference is depression is where you don't even have the energy to carry on your daily life like normal. You may sleep longer, you may lose interest. Anxiety is where you have so many things to do, you have options, but you are unable to pick one and stick with it and move on or progress, right? Because you are anxious about it, right? That's the difference. That is also something I had to learn. What is this? What is that? Because when you say name the feeling, how you need to know what the feeling is, then you can name it.
I think all of these feelings are like, I think they're on the full spectrum of it, right? Stress, anxiety, depression, feeling low. I don't, maybe should make ourselves more aware of these things, and make ourselves more informed of these things.
Absolutely. With that, one thing is clear from this discussion is mental health is not a destination, where things are perfectly balanced. It's an ongoing practice. We hope you take away from this episode, prioritizing mental wellness doesn't have to be big dramatic changes. It is small daily habits like pausing, reaching out for help, and just being compassionate to yourself. Taking care of mental health is not selfish, it's essential.
So true. So on that note, let's move on to our chai shot segment. our round where we ask questions and my co-hosts answer without thinking, without backtracking.
All right.
So you ladies are ready for this?
Let's do it.
So,
Okay. What is the unofficial first stage of dealing with stress? Your options are meditation, Googling symptoms, saying I'm fine, therapy.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Right answer, followed by snacks. All right, next question. You are overthinking if you are doing this.
Okay.
Careful analysis, mental preparation, your brain opening 47 tabs, strategic planning.
All of the above? Oh my god, everything in
Everything
one.
is overthinking. Every single thing is overthinking.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you have to pick one.
What was the first one?
Careful analysis, mental preparation,
That's me, the first one.
your brain opening 47 tabs at once,
My brain opening 47
strategic planning.
tabs. No, my brain is opening too much.
Brain opening.
Only first one. Careful analysis.
Careful analysis is your overthinking mode. Okay. Next question.
Analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis. Okay. Which of these is a classic stress management technique? A. Deep breathing. B. Meditation. C. Talking to someone. D. Pretending everything is fine and buying snacks. Classic.
How everything is like about buying snacks. Yes. Food is solution for
Food is
everything.
the solution. Yeah, exactly. Good food, bad food, but food.
Comfort food.
Comfort food. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
breathing.
Huh?
Breathing.
Classic.
Classic. Oh, okay. For me, it's the talking to somebody. I process my emotions better when I'm.
Okay, the classic is the answer is D, which is pretending everything is fine.
What?
This is what most people do.
Oh,
So this was not like your
We are
personal.
not most people.
Yeah, it's not just the two of you. You are special. You have it under control. Number 4. Okay, what is the brain's favorite time to solve major life questions?
Oh, I know that one.
Is it a special time?
Yes, mine is.
A. During work. B. While exercising. C. At 2:13 a.m. D. During meetings.
Oh, mine is in the middle of the night.
What about you?
No, I think I'll pick one. While I take my bath.
You take your bath. That's your
And
that's
then
your
come out
major life questions. You meditate in your bath.
Bright ideas.
Okay. General trend is C. The official hour of existential clarity. Like you.
Yes.
2:13 a.m. Okay, next one. What happens in your brain when someone cancels a plan? Okay, your options are A. Oh no. B. Thank goodness. C. Now I don't need an excuse. D. A complex mix of relief, guilt, and existential reflection.
Yes, I think it's the last one. I was like, I am happy.
Depends what kind of plan, right?
I was like, it's always
If it is a fun plan, it's
No, but at this age, I feel like at this stage of my life, I feel like I'm so happy. I got more time. I can just do
So
nothing.
you're in the thank goodness. You're like maybe B. Thank goodness.
I guess. No, I think I have that complex mix.
Complex
like I wanted
feelings.
to. I have the FOMO. I have the the glad.
Yeah, all right. When someone says we need to talk, what does your brain do first?
Oh.
Oh my god. That's exactly what it is. Oh my god.
It's never good.
We need to talk. There's nothing good coming out.
Stress and anxiety. Yes. So your options are A. Let's say how much meditation is working or not. Stays calm.
Clearly not. She already said.
B. Prepares for a normal conversation. Are you in control or not? C. Reviews every mistake you have made since 2004. Only that. This is going to be
I have no memory of anything. Okay, I don't know what I said like yesterday. Who cares about
And
2004.
D starts drafting an apology.
Okay, that's too much.
Oh my god.
So which one was your pick?
I think it's the drafting all of the mistakes, like because I can't remember anything. What did I say? What could I have said?
So you do open up an archive in your brain. It's like, yeah, maybe I try something.
I try to, but nothing is
Yeah, she
there.
follows it with action. I'll be the B, I think. It's like
Prepares for a normal conversation.
Yes, like you go through all permutation combination of what is this about, and
I
then
will
you
try to be normal.
yeah, you should
She starts with
C
C.
goes to B.
That's what it is. It's a journey.
Yeah, C is going on in her head. B is what she's pretending.
Hoping you reach A. Stay calm.
Hoping you'll reach A.
Never happened again. This is like
Alright, that wraps up chai shots, our spicy little round, little chaotic, little spicy, but also fun, just as we like it.
if this conversation resonated with you and you think somebody needs to hear it, definitely share it with them and let us know in the comments below.
Thanks for tuning into today's episode of Chai in the Bay. Let's keep this community growing. Thank you.